Ah, this is so good in Arabic. that's Ross as a copywriter. Worms, they're exponential growth.
Oh my god.
I have very fond memories of doing the Freedom Fastlane TV. We really need to bring Freedom Fastlane TV back, Chris. Like, it's been a long time. Anyway, just wanted to make a video for you because I haven't connected with you. I connected a blooper reel already.
Okay, take two.
Drawing out what's in my head. I get a lot in my head, and if I don't draw it out, I feel like it gets stuck.
Is this a secret?
No, it's just like the business model. So right now we're really focused on building up the back room to be 100 amazing entrepreneurs, and I think I need a lower ticket, like the back room's 50 grand. And 48 grand, 12K a quarter. And I feel like, I think we need like a lower level implementation group that maybe I don't lead. I envision, but I'm not leading. That'd be more like 1,500 a month. All about getting the results, like all about getting to the million, so that everybody who comes into back room is already kind of planning the curriculum. And I just kind of have it in my head, and I'm starting to think through it, and I am just mapping it out.
Yeah, it was cool diving into product stuff this week because I'm not a product guy, but I can kind of get my.
Did it all make sense? Did it all make sense to you to go through the product process?
Yeah, and so I was thinking about that because of we're talking about the continuity and congruency of the whole thing. And it's like we need like an entry-level offer that feels congruent with, I guess, the upper-level stuff.
Yep.
Just like we want this new product to all feel like it's not hobbled together.
And how did you think that conversation went?
Yeah, we good. I feel like we're putting a lot on shoulders.
Yeah. Probably,
but maybe that's what we hired her for. So she seems good with it, you know?
So what I'm thinking is, so next quarter, spoiler alert team, our focus has got to be our continuity program, which is going to be called the 1% on capitalism.com. And I have that mapped out in my brain of what that's going to be and look like. And then that is kind of going to, that's like the brochure to everything else we do, because it'll be how the world's wealthy makes their money, and introduce all these different investing strategies and business ideas. And then if somebody wants to make that their business, then we'll have a training that'll go over in like a dedicated training into what that specific business model would or will be, so that they're implementing it and getting results. And then we have our back room, which is our, my circle, my mentoring group. And I feel like we need a lower level implementation. I hate to call it coaching, but like an implementation group that is about getting you to take action on the results. So when people come into back room, they're all primed and ready. So right now we're really focused on back room and getting 100 people in there to have this amazing group. And I think next we're building this piece, the info product. Actually, I should just put info product here instead of upsells. I should just call it info product. And then I feel like we're building out these two pieces now. And I feel like the next has to be this continuity model probably in 2 tiers. Yeah. Maybe we call it the 1% and the 1%. The 1% of the 1%. I don't know.
0.1. No, we got
the 0.1%.
I love the 1% though, and it does feel congruent with like capitalism.
Yeah, and this is how the world's wealthy makes their money, and it'll funnel into all of our other offers. And then I just what I don't know yet is how to frame this piece, but I feel like we need it. I feel like, for example, one of I have a tendency to do have an offer and just try to give way too much. For example, one of the this is hard for me to admit because I know it's gonna be on Instagram.
It might be.
Is when we launched the Tribe as its own standalone program, I just overwhelmed people, and I thought I was doing a really great thing to have a bunch of courses and coaching and masterminds and local meetups and all that. I was like, we'll just give them everything. We'll just make this amazing thing. But what that did is confuse people, and it was really hard on my team because now we had to have a really complex membership site, and now we have to have all these chapters all over the world to be managed, and we have people coming in at different levels of their business, and they all require different parts of attention, and we were charging one price for all of it, and it just was really I consider that probably one of my biggest learning experiences as an entrepreneur, and I paid for it, and I didn't have the connection with the people that I wanted. So all that to say, we still got great results out of the group, but all that to say, I think we could have done that much more if we had created separate offers for each piece and done them really well, rather than trying to do this big, massive, let's create the ultimate offer experience. And I thought I was doing a great thing, but I did both myself and my team and our customers a disservice by selling too much, not the actual selling piece, I mean giving too much where people didn't know what to do. And what I should have done is just done as little as possible to get someone the result. People buy results. They don't want your stuff. They want results. So what's the fastest way that we can get them result? And anything that does not get them that is a mistake, and you should remove it. And that took me failing a lot for me to get that. So when I look at this piece, I just think what's the curriculum and the implementation process to get them here so they can be ready for the back room so that we can fund their business and invest in them. And that's kind of how I'm thinking about this business model. This is how I buy the Cleveland Indians. This is how we sustainably build the business. This is where we profit. But this is how I buy the Cleveland Indians. And so I think this is where I buy the Cleveland Indians. Where I am in my career right now is I'm going all in on what we're doing, and I'm waiting for that opportunity or that idea to be incubated, because financially I'm fine, I'm set for life. So what's the big opportunity that makes me a billionaire so I can pay cash for the Indians? I don't know yet. I think it's gonna come out of the investment fund, which is still being put together. But it might be something else. It might just come out of this big machine. Not sure yet, but I think I gotta do this really well and that opportunity to come up so we can just smash it, and we have the audience and we have the funding and we have the network to be able to do it. I think.
I just keep hanging out with other billionaires.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah.
I like how we're looking at almost like customer profiles. When we look at, say, Jeremy and
Kevin and Jeremy,
specifically, and then we could also look at okay, but how could we help them before they were successful? So I'll also think about how can
that's a great point, because Jeremy and Kevin, they're kind of our avatar in the back room, our wildly success stories. They came in, they were making $60K a month, right? And now they have an 8-figure business. Ow! Yes! Ow! Love it, right? Then one product, and then they went kaboom because they joined. They went kaboom because they joined a back room.
That's good.
That's an Instagram story right there. And they came in here. They bought an info product.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they just joined.
And then they came in. Well, what they needed was like the plan to get over 1 million.
But that was the tribe.
This was. They joined the back room when it like first started.
Yeah.
Right in the early stages, and there were like 12 or 15 people in there. And now they're here, and they're gonna exit for. They're gonna exit for a huge payday. They might break the recent record. Recent new record in the back room. Somebody sold for over 20 million. New record. Broke the previous record at 19.7.
They can break it.
They could.
Because I feel like they're going the long term.
Yeah, they're going. They're doing it right.
They got the office. They got the employees.
Yep. So all this to say, yeah, where were Kevin and Jeremy? They were here. First, they were in the audience.
Yeah.
Joined here. Got plugged in. Yeah, that's a really good reframe of how many people start up here and end up coming down.
Well, he just did this post. Kevin just did this post about that. It was like 3 years ago. I was almost like just getting started compared to where he is now.
Right.
I was like, we need to find the Kevins and the Jeremys that are at that stage. What's the thing that can most quickly get them the result?
And I kind of feel like... So I don't enjoy right now telling people to launch new products. I've just grown past it. So I feel like there needs to be a group that doesn't require me to be at that implementation level, like real coaches and coaching that isn't me, because I don't enjoy that right now. I like leading strategy and vision, which is what I do at the bottom of the funnel here. I like creating content that's like idea based, which would be really up here. Where I lose interest is in developing the info product or the coaching, like that requires my energy. It doesn't create energy. Workshops and events create energy for me, so I can stay here. But I feel like developing things that don't require me to show up to bring people into where I do enjoy is necessary right now. So we're building out this piece and this piece, and I think where we will need to go is building out the continuity piece in time. And it feels kind of overwhelming. Like it feels like this big vision in my head. I don't know how to get it out sometimes. And so all I know how to do is just like keep drawing it out and sharing it with people. So if you've built this before, call me, help me run this company.
Yeah, I don't know if there was like an example you're looking at, like someone else's program or product.
Well, you know who does this well is Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson has his, content. He has his books, his tripwires. He has his podcast and YouTube channel, his content. I don't know what I guess this would be ClickFunnels, right?
Software.
His platform.
SaaS.
Yeah, his platform. And then he does events, and he has high-ticket info products. He has an implementation group. He has a mastermind. Doesn't have an investment fund. His fund goes into ClickFunnels, right? That's how he's going to be a billionaire. And for me, I think I'm going to be investing in things, and that's where my billion is going to come from. But I don't know. Do any of us know? We just got a very mysterious message. Wonder who it's from.
Ryan, my apologies for my delay. I've been
It's my new neighbor,
deadlines,
JP Sears.
Stuff, all great stuff. But anyway, just had a chance actually to catch up on some messages, and your video message was
one handsome dude.
Like, wow. I'd imagine your heart just swells, gets amplified, and you find new dimensions of it because of your little angel. She is adorable.
What I want to know is, was he wearing this hat
all the time?
All
or
the
just
time?
For the video.
Like
is that how
I just love this human being. Like I am fascinated and love this man. I think I have a guy crush on my new neighbor, JP Sears.
She thinks I'm a nice guy, though. Don't you raise her with any kind of decency or honesty, Ryan? But honestly, Esther is just an angel, my friend.
Yeah, she
hope
is.
You're good. I hope the ice cream treated you well. I'll look forward to
That's an inside reference.
More ice cream with you soon. And yeah, I can't wait to be back in Austin. And thank you again for dinner. That was fun. But I can't wait to be back in Austin. It'll probably be at least a month. And hang with you and brainstorm with you. Just be a little.
What does his shirt say? Mr. Magician?
See if we can learn
Mr.
from
Magical?
Esther.
Oh, could be.
Just shooting a video
magic.
now. Making
Oh,
an
he's
absolute
telling us.
mess of this Airbnb. And
I'm
it's
shooting a
in
video
California.
right now, JP.
Fuck him. It's not my house. Talk soon.
That's right. This is what he's referencing. So JP is moving to Austin. And he left a tub of ice cream at my house. It's kind of an inside. It's a story anyway.
Okay, Esther, who were we just talking about?
JP.
That's right. And who's JP?
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy, right? That's right. And we tell him Happy Easter, but he doesn't care, right? Why don't you say Happy Easter anyway? Gotcha.
That little girl. Look at her.
Hey, he's gonna be in Neighbors with you soon. Can you say April Fool's neighbor?
April Fool's neighbor.
Happy Easter to you and Amber. Looking forward to having you here, and I have a confession. I found one of your ice creams in my freezer. Took it as a tax. The penance, if you will. Say sorry.
Sorry.
It was Daddy's fault.
Daddy's fault.
Does she look like me?
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
Just, minus the beard.
That's true.
And you got a deep beard.
She looks so much like our mailman.
Huh.
Anyway, this is how JP and I communicate. JP, I think we're probably going to tag you in this video. I just think you're great. I can't wait to have you here in Austin. Yesterday I had dinner with my best friend Mark, and also he's like, my mentor, best friend. Just got a place here in town, and we were talking, and I was kind of going through this, and I was talking about the fund, and he was saying, Ryan, I don't think you're thinking big enough. Like, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. I think you need to go bigger than what you're thinking. And I don't know how, I can only think as big as I know how to think as of right now. So he's kind of helping me think a little bit differently. He's like, I don't know that you're going to get the Indians on the path you're on. You got to think a little bit bigger, which I think is this fund. I think. But we walked into his place, and there was somebody delivering pizza to another tenant in the building. And the pizza guy turns to me and goes, hey, I watch you on YouTube. And I turned to Mark, I was like, what were you saying, Mark? Huh? But he's still totally right. Like, I definitely, if you look at our industry, the internet marketing industry, there's no one on a path to buying the Cleveland Indians. Gary Vee is not an internet marketer, right? He has a big agency. He doesn't have to monetize his following. Yeah. But that builds his agency. I don't have that yet. I think the fund is that thing. I think, right? To be incubating these $100 million, $1 million projects. I think. And Tim Ferriss doesn't sell info products, right? He's not in the internet marketing space. But what he does allows him to have investment opportunities into things like Uber and the other things that he's invested in. So that's why I think what we're building matters in terms of getting the Indians. It opens up opportunities for things that I think will get me the Cleveland Indians. I think. before I sold my last company, when people ask me like, how far are you away from owning the Indians? I said, $1 billion. And then when I sold the company, they asked me how far away I was, and I said, about $1 billion. So I have a little ways to go, but I think this is as close to the model as I know how to get at this point.
How many more years left? 10? 15?
I don't know. A woman claiming to be a channeler came up to me after a speech, and she said it was going to be 8 years.
But that you may be a partial owner.
No, she said I was going to own a different team.
Oh. Well, you never know.
Interesting. My dream as a kid was always to own a baseball team. My favorite is the Indians. So we'll see. In 8 years, we'll know. She also said I was going to be on network TV in 9 months. So we'll be able to track that one.
Fingers crossed.
So I honestly, I feel like I am just coming back online after selling the company. I feel like my body and my brain were toast. Like, I can't tell you how burnt out I was. And I'm still only operating at like 70%, but I'm starting to come back online. I think people are going to see that from the outside of, there's got to be a perception. I don't know what the perception of me in the marketplace is. I don't know. But I'm kind of, besides my podcast, I've been kind of quiet. Like we've done a lot of content, you and me, C-Money. But apart from that, I've gone kind of quiet in terms of offers. We did CapCon, and I've just been tired. Like I just have not had it in the tank. But I feel like I'm just now starting to come back online. It's probably going to be another 6 months before I am like smashing it again. But I can feel it starting to come back. Sleep, less caffeine, those things helped. I've changed up my diet massively. I don't think I've told you about this, C-Money.
No.
No, I went opposite extreme. I'm doing like high carb, high protein right now.
Slow carb?
No, like lots of fruits, lots of vegetables.
Are you on bulk?
Rice? No, I'm on a cut. I need to cut.
You're cutting on carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's all calories.
Yeah, and you're burning it. So
I mean, carbs will make you store more water, which is why people don't associate it with a cut. But no, I've bulked a little too much. I got a little extra that I want to get rid of.
Well, summer's coming up in Texas.
Yeah. So I'm doing more walking and cardio and less calories.
So if you don't want to be the Amazon guy or whatever e-commerce guy, like, what do you want to be? I mean, you could be the capitalism guy. And then these other things. Yeah, I think that's the thing that you become known for. And then all these other things like e-commerce is just it's just a one medium of capitalism. Yeah,
so here.
You know?
What is Tim Ferriss? Is he the 4-hour work week guy? He was for a long time, right? He was. Yeah. And then he came out with, the left hook was, I'm a body guy. And then uppercut, I'm the micro learner guy.
Yeah.
And then hammer fist, it's now like I'm the microdose guy. Right? So Tim has done a really good job of positioning himself in a bunch of different ways. So now he's just expert. Now he's just authority. Whatever he says causes a trend. He started as something and then he moved through it. Gary, what is Gary? What's Gary the guy for?
Gary is just Gary. You become your own category.
But he was the hustle guy.
And then it's like
hustle is the most important word ever. And then
freaking face off.
Yeah. And then now he's a crush it guy. Then social media guy.
Yeah.
Branding agency guy. Now he's just Gary.
Yeah.
And so what is Trump?
Oh man. Well,
I mean, Trump was
his own thing for a while.
Trump was the real estate guy.
Yeah.
Then he was the art of the deal guy. Then he was the apprentice guy. And now he's a freaking president. Say what you want. He's branded himself well. So there seems to be a trend of you're this, and then you kind of you don't abandon that audience, but you go into a different area until you're just you, and you don't have to be anything. And for me, I was an Amazon guy for a while. I still know a frick ton about Amazon, right? And I don't mean to isolate that audience. And now I think people are starting to see me more as the physical products guy, e-commerce guy. I advise some big companies now that aren't just Amazon.
Oh, and that takes some courage, you know?
And next, oh my goodness, it was so freaking hard. Do you have any idea how intentional I had to be about not being the Amazon guy?
You could have.
Because I didn't want to be that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be known as the Amazon guy, right? I feel like I've said what I needed to say. I can only say build a freaking audience and launch it on Amazon and go get reviews until you're at $1 million. Then we can talk about scale. Like I can only say it so many times, right? So I have to get other people around me to say it. I was just on my phone yesterday with somebody who I think is going to be creating some content. I set the goal in 2018 to replace myself as the only primary content provider on Freedom Fastlane, which Freedom Fastlane has become the e-commerce, build a business, Amazon type of kind of leader in the space. I want to talk about some other things. Like I want to talk about faith and religion. I want to talk about fatherhood, right? Yeah. I want to talk about capitalism. The most fun I've had in the last year was when we got a couple drinks in us at Billie Jean is Marketing and debated economic policy, right? We called it black man versus white man. You know, that was the most fun I've had in like a year. It was so much fun. Billie Jean, when are you gonna release that video? You know, the trailer is done for Losing My Religion. It looks fantastic. We're just waiting for approval on Facebook Watch. Please follow up on Facebook Watch, Money. There's so much to be done on Facebook Watch. You know, like I want to be doing more of this. I have more energy when we started this video. We've been recording for like 30 minutes. I have more energy now than I did when I started. So I want to be doing more of this. But as soon as I go into talking about Amazon, it's just like, I've said it. Like, I'm writing a book about it. And then it's just going to be like, here you go, world. Like, call me when you're ready. And it's so all this to say, you can't put Tim in a box. You can't put Gary in a box. Can you even put Ty Lopez in a box anymore? Because he was here in my garage.
Yeah.
And then it was knowledge, and it was read a book a day. And by the way, I love Ty. I love, like, I'm probably the world's biggest Ty Lopez fan that isn't a fanboy, right? Because he and I came up the ranks together, and he went, and I've kind of done this, and I'm just, like, I'm jazzed for him, also jealous of him. But anyway, you can't put those big names in a box, and I feel like I'm just coming out of one box. I'm just starting to come back online. Was the whole point of this crazy rant.
It's gonna be a good vlog. I don't know what, put like a bow or a conclusion.
Yeah, this is just me ranting. You know, so here's the thing. This is how we'll put a bow on this. I have no idea sometimes what the perception of me in the marketplace is. I've kind of kept, like, I just do my thing and I don't really pay attention. And I would really like feedback in the comments of this video on like, how would you label what we do? I think I've probably run too much away from a label, and it's probably held me back from making a lot more money. Like I feel like I should be way bigger than I am, but I've resisted kind of being in a box. Like I don't want to be put, like, I don't want to commit to this box. And now where I am now is I'm all in on committing to our customers and our followers, because I have found that when I try to go too big too fast, I burn out and get tired. And so I'm kind of coming back and like just loving on our existing following and reigniting those 1,000 true fans, reigniting those passionate few, and that's giving me energy. And I think that's why I'm kind of coming back online. So I would love your comments below, and I will read them. That's how we'll end this, C Money.
That's good. That's good.
R Dog and C Money.
R Dog.
Out!